Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to SMT2. Today we're going to go for the last two pillars, and because I made a miscalculation, we've got to drink booze. So, you need to get one of the two pillars, and this is one of the major sticking points for a lot of people. You need to have 10 magic. Well, I kind of made a miscalculation in my notes. You start the game with 4 magic. You can get 3 instances before now, which gives you 7. And then you can get up to 3 points from equipment if you get the Japanium gloves. I think it's the gloves. I'm pretty sure it's the gloves. However, I kind of soft banned the casinos this time, which means I don't have the Japanium gloves, I have the yacht gloves, which means I've only got +2 to my magic, which means I've got 9. Thankfully, there is a backup strat to what I'm doing, which is, of course, going and getting boozed up. Unfortunately, that means I've got to make it all the way over here before the end of the full moon. And I'm not 100% sure this is actually possible. Thankfully, I don't have to go that far into the disco. But just one more step. Okay, so you need 10 magic to do this, and if you have it specifically planned for this, it's actually kind of difficult to get the 10 magic you need. Because if you've never put any points or used any instances on Aleph, you can... the most you can get is +5. Which leaves you 1 point short. Well, okay, you can get +6 if you get the Japanium gear, which is enough. By using the alcohol and the Japanium gear, that's +6, so that is enough. But if you're not using the casinos, you're 1 point short, which means you've got to either go out and gain a level, put that and dump that point into mag, or at some point in the game had the foresight to, for some reason, use a magic incense on Aleph. So your clue here that you need 10 magic to win this is there's an NPC in here that says that he is going to win with his Mag 9 dance. Well, that's your clue. You need Mag of 10 to beat him. So, but for winning that, you get the Moon Pillar. So, this is kind of a like a sticking point for some people, but with a little bit of planning, it's not bad at all. You can also farm gems to get the stats you need, but I think farming gems is a bit absurd. Well, I had plenty of time to get here before the end of the full moon. I'm pretty sure. I think that the alcohol wears off on at the end of a full moon. So let me see. Nope, still there. It must wear off at the end of a new moon. Or maybe it only lasts a certain number of moon cycles. I don't know. I never use the alcohol, because even though it gives a pretty sizable stat boost, it doesn't last long enough to be of any use. So let's get back on my gun. So anyway, let's get back through here. We got one more pillar to grab, and this pillar is in Brokapongai. Gotta go speak with the mutant elder. I'm almost level 55 as well, which is good because 55 is the level I need for some of the demons that I want to recruit. Or, not necessarily recruit, I want to make through mad science. Nice. Probably should put Hecate up before she dies. Yep. I'm really glad that I did not have to go and get any levels to put points in mag, because it's going to be a while before I get one. Probably will be until the next boss, actually. So let's return Hecate. Golden Gun is so good. It would be even better if I had the Giga Smasher, but, you know, I didn't buy it. Not that it really matters. You need to go this way, right? Alright. And elevator. Elevator go down the hole. B2. How many spaces do I have in my comp left? I have 6 empty spaces, so that should be plenty? Question mark. Anyway. Let's do this. Yeah, Tokyo kind of had it rough in SMT1. I wonder what makes them mutants. Do they just have... do they have, like, tentacles and stuff? Or do they have, like... is it just like a skin color pigmentation thing? So, once again, not sure how you're supposed to know to come speak to this elder, because he doesn't say anything particularly enlightening the first time. He doesn't tell you to remember to come back to him later, I don't think. So, but he does give you the clue that you need to go to the abyss. So that is nice of the game. This game can be a little obtuse about what it wants you to do, but thankfully, it is very possible to beat the entire game without a guide if you are very, very diligent. Let me see where I need to go. Oh, I could have went just straight, but I already didn't do that, so let's just auto battle these guys. Forgive me for being so yawny today. Ugh. Is that a word? I don't think it's a word. I just made that up. I apologize. I've been playing Etrian Odyssey 5 the last couple of days, so like I'm having to physically restrain my muscle memory because in Etrian Odyssey 5 you can sidestep left and right by using the L and R buttons. You can't do that in this game. The L and R buttons in this game are actually hotkeys. The L button opens your map, the R button opens your Demon Analyze. So, really? Okay, cool. Now, I forget I think this is where we want to be, actually. Yeah, okay. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are firmly on the back. I don't know. We're definitely past like the 70% mark. This game is a little longer, I think, than the first game, but at the same time, I feel like the end rushes at you very unexpectedly. Also, yeah, the mountains are acting crazy. Remember how somebody said that was the spine of, I forget what they called him, Kazuru? I don't know how to actually say that. And that is a thing we're going to end up having to deal with in the neutral path. Funnily enough, they ignore it in the other two paths for reasons that I won't get into because they would be spoilers for those paths. And if you're playing this game yourself, the law path is very unique. So. Lion warfare. Alright. So going into the next area, there's going to be some enemies that are fairly worth mentioning. I already mentioned that you can win Brionac from Morgan, but the enemy that I was talking about earlier... Did I put that on there? Okay. The enemy that I hinted at earlier, the Jin, is actually definitely in the next area, and you can win the Longinus from them, which is one of Hiroko's better weapons for hit that you can get with very little fuss. So it would be really good if I won a Longinus. So, if I remember correctly, the path is in the middle of them. Anyway, it would be really good if I won along this, but it's not critical because I have the Cat of Nine Tails. And to be fair, Hiroko is not very useful in the final battles unless you go super out of your way to get her a very, very powerful sword. It's not so much that the attack powers of her swords are wanting, it's the, because the Fergus sword has enough attack power to damage the final boss. The problem is that it doesn't have enough hit percentage to damage the final boss. I guess I could get a demon with Sukukaja and use that a couple of times, but I'd rather have more powerful demons than that. Like, I have a pretty set list of demons that I want. So... yeah, this head. Why it's a head, I don't know. In we go. So welcome to the Abyss. We have come here through the front door. To the plains of Yasad, specifically. I do like how the monsters, the quote-unquote monsters in the Abyss are actually very friendly. So this is Yasad. There is a terminal over here we want to activate as soon as possible. Steven is such a weirdo. Like, what is his deal? Like, I would love a game that went, like, deep into, like, Steven, you know? Like, what he gets up to. Maybe the DLC in, whatchamacallit does it. What is that game called? Apocalypse? SMT4 Apocalypse? But, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so there is a Kaifuku here, which is, I think, neutral. So let's go ahead and just heal up. Since this place is neutral, it'll help correct my alignment a little bit. There's a fortune teller all the way down to the end there, but we don't want to go in there. All the way down there. Let's see, that is the bar. Then the junk shop is next to that, and then we got the weapon and armor shop. So we can get the drinks if we want, which I don't care about. But we do want to chat with everybody. Yeah, sure. So, even though there are 9 areas, we don't go to 9 areas. We go to Hod, Netzach, and Tippereth. We've already been to Tippereth once. Well, I guess we do go to Gebra and Chesed. So that's you. Oh, yeah, we do go to all 9 areas. Huh. But there are not towns in all 9 areas, so... we'll have to keep that in him. So that's your hint on how to get past her. Do you know what we have to do? Well, we have to go to the passage, and we have to actually fight her on a new moon. If you try and tangle with her any other time, she just kind of pushes you out and nothing happens.